All right, the town of Colonie, New York, is it right for you? Stick around as today we're going to take a look at the pros and cons of living in Colonie, New York. Welcome to the Living in Albany, New York YouTube channel. I'm Bob Eberle, and why should you listen to me? Well, I've lived in the Capital District my entire life, so I got a few things to say about it. Before we begin, give this channel a subscribe. It's over there. And next to it is the bell notification. Click that, select all, and you'll get notified every time we upload a new video. A thumbs up helps the channel grow. And if you know anyone moving to Colonie, please share this video. And if you'd like to comment or get a hold of me, you can either do that down below, or you can go to bobeberle.realtor, and there you'll get all of my links. You can message me on Facebook or send me an email, whatever you want to do. Now that we got all that out of the way, let's get into Colonie, New York. First, the pros. And as I've said in other pros and cons videos, it doesn't really matter where you live. There's going to be pros and cons everywhere. All right. Here in Colonie, it's a convenient location. Colonie's central location in the capital region means you have easy access to nearby cities like Albany, Troy, Schenectady, which can be beneficial for work and entertainment opportunities. Now here you see a map. I'm going to show you some things on the map here. This outline here is the town of Colonie, although this pretty much is what's called South Colonie. The high school would be over in here somewhere. And then just to the north here, you'll get North Colonie, but they would only show up on the map if you entered like the village of Loudonville or Latham, or even parts of Cohoes in North Colonie. That's just the mailing address, things like that. And, even down here, this is technically Albany down in here, but parts of it are considered Colonie. And like right here, I'll type it over here. If I go over here, I can go Colonie Center, which is the second largest mall in the Capital District. And that's just to the right of it. This right here is I-87, also known as the Northway. And before you ask, yes, the Northway does go south. I don't know why they only call it the Northway, but that's what they call it. I-87. Coming up from New York City, I-87 hits Albany, and then the New York Thruway takes a left or a right to go east or west out to Buffalo or Boston. That's I-90. And I-87 was like an add-on extension, probably, I don't know when they built it, but it was an add-on extension, and that takes you pretty much all the way to Canada. 87 North, the Northway, is not a toll road. The Thruway is a toll road. If you're going to be traveling on those, they don't have toll booths anymore. So you got to have the Easy Pass app in order to drive it. And you'll see signs up on the Thruway that say, if you don't have Easy Pass, call this number and they'll mail you a bill or something. But here at Colonie Center, there's quite a few major stores here. There's Whole Foods is in here. Further up is Macy's. Cheesecake Factory, and I forget what the other restaurant is that's right next to it. Escapes me. There's a bunch of big stores in here, but the anchor is Macy's, and they're opening a new store this week, actually. I just read that in the business review. Let's go back to Colonie, and I go Colonie, New York. And there's our map back. So let's continue on. Shopping and dining. Colonie offers a variety of shopping centers, as I just said, Colonie Center, and you can see the Wolf Road Shoppers Park on the map over here. I'm pointing to it, and you can't see my finger. Including Colonie Center and Wolf Road. Now, Wolf Road, where Colonie Center is right here, and it goes from Route 5 all the way up to an on-ramp to I-87. And then you got Central Avenue. This direction here goes to Schenectady, and then this direction goes down to Albany. And this Route 5 here is littered with shopping and dining opportunities. Schools, the town boasts well-regarded school systems, making it an attractive option for families looking for quality education for their children. There's two primary school districts, North and South Colonie. It's a huge rivalry between the two. North Colonie School is called Shaker High School, and South Colonies is just called Colonie Central. You may also end up living in areas on the outskirts of the school, of the town, where your kids may go to Niskayuna High School or Mahonison High School, which is in Rotterdam, believe it or not, or even Watervliet Manans, because the school district is part of Manans and Watervliet's in one of the options. Manans doesn't have a high school. So if you live in Manans, your children would go to the Manans Elementary School. And once they hit 8th grade and they're on to high school, you have a choice of sending your kids to Watervliet, North Colonie, or Columbia over in East Greenbush. I don't know how Columbia got on that list, but they did. Parks and recreation. Colonie provides numerous parks and recreational areas, such as the Crossings, which is an ideal. I don't think the Crossings should be on the map over somewhere in here. Let's look it up. That's why we got the map. Colonie Crossings. Oh yeah, there it is. Over here. See all this green space? That is the Crossings. And then there is the Colonie Center. Colonie. Do that. Yeah, and that's right over here. The Colonie Center, see the pool here? It's got a fantastic pool. There's a big slide. There's a lap pool over there. And then over here, it's not in the picture, but there's like a little water park for kids. There's a lazy river. It's quite a facility. And, you know, it's got the normal stuff like a big gym and basketball courts and all that kind of stuff. Let's see. So there's also the Colonie Mohawk River Park. That's up in North Colonie. Colonie Mohawk. It's right on the Mohawk River. Does have a boat launch, and there's a town pool. Here it is. I'll shrink this up a little bit, dive in. So here's the Mohawk River. This pretty much is all the town park right here. And you can see there's the boat launch right here to get onto the river. And there's motorboats. People go swimming in it, although I wouldn't venture too far offshore. And they go water skiing and things like that. So it's a lot of fun over there. There's campgrounds where you can barbecue and all kinds of stuff like that. And as I mentioned, the Colonie Center is a state-of-the-art fitness and wellness facility. Colonie also offers the Colonie Town Golf Course. It's a par 4, 18-hole. So it's a longer course. There's smaller courses in the town of Colonie, like over in North Colonie, there's Mill Road. That's a par 3 if you're looking to play a fast round, but there's not too many holes on there. You're going to use a driver. At least I don't. Let's see. The Colonie Center, back to that, it offers a wide range of amenities and programs for individuals of all ages and fitness levels. The center features a fully equipped fitness center, indoor pool, group exercise classes, personal training, sports and performance training. Additionally, they have a comprehensive wellness program that includes nutritional counseling, health screenings, and wellness workshops. Let's move on to safe community. Colonie is generally considered a very safe place to live with a low crime rate and providing residents with peace of mind. There is a very prominent police force here, and you see them around all the time. So, you know, I encourage people to buy houses in Colonie. It's a great place to raise children, and it's close proximity to the Albany International Airport. Living close to the airport is convenient for frequent travelers, reducing commute times to catch flights. Now, I did have a friend who was a neighbor, and he finally moved out. They moved to Charlotte because he traveled for work all the time. And he hated having to fly out of Albany because it's not a hub. So if you're flying somewhere other than direct to hubs, you're going to need connecting flights. And, you miss a flight, especially in today's day and age, which seems to happen more. It gets frustrating. And he got so frustrated. He said, I got to either move to Charlotte or Atlanta. I got to get out of here. So we sold his house and he moved to Charlotte. Employment opportunities, being near the state capital. And as I showed you here, let's go, we'll look up Colonie again. Colonie, New York. This direction to Albany. So being near the state capital, there's various job opportunities in government, healthcare, education, and related industries. There's also plenty of work in and around Colonie. Cultural attractions. Colonie's proximity to Albany means you're well within the cultural institutions, museums, theaters, historical sites. You can check out my video on here of what's there to do in Albany, New York here on this channel. Diverse housing options. Colonie offers a range of housing options from apartments to single-family homes, catering to various lifestyles and preferences. Let's look at zip code 12205. All statistics are as of September 26th when I'm shooting this video. The median list price is $330,000. Average days on market is 41, and the median rent is about $2,200. This is a strong seller's market right now. If you'd like this full report or other zip codes, hit me up in the comments or send me a message and I'll get it over to you. The problem with putting it in the comments is you got to expose your email address. So probably best to go to bobeberle.realtor and send me an email and I'll get you that. Proximity to colleges. It's near several colleges and universities, including the University at Albany, otherwise known as SUNY, State University of New York is what SUNY stands for. All the state university at New York, there's a bunch of them in the state, and they're all called SUNY Albany, SUNY Binghamton, SUNY wherever, Plattsburgh. They're all over the state of New York, and we're just fortunate to have one right here. In addition to SUNY, there's Siena, St. Rose, Union, RPI over in Troy, Hudson Valley Community College, Schenectady Community College. There are a bunch of colleges, which kind of gives the area a little flair of a college community, but you get used to it and you don't even really notice it. Siena is a D1 athletic school and a liberal arts school, very big school. Bryant Stratton is also located in the town of Colonie. Community events. Colonie hosts a variety of community events and festivals throughout the year, fostering a sense of belonging among residents. The Fall Harvest Festival is very popular. This event features wine, cheese, and crafts and more. That's usually held at the Desmond or the Marriott. Those are two big hotels off of Wolf Road. And public transportation. The town provides good public transportation options, making the community more accessible to those who rely on public transportation. As I've said in other videos, we don't have subways or major taxis like New York City does, but we do have the bus system, Capital District Transportation Authority, and Uber is very prominent in the area. And either one of those will get you where you're going. Healthcare facilities. There are healthcare facilities and hospitals in the vicinity, ensuring access to medical care. Now, down in Albany, you got three big colleges. My phone's going off over there. You've got St. Peter's, Albany Medical Center, and the VA Hospital. And over in Schenectady, the big one over there is Ellis, and it used to be St. Clair's. I think Ellis bought them out, though. Natural beauty. Colonie features scenic landscapes and natural preserves, offering opportunities for hiking, bird watching, and other outdoor activities, including the winter activities. But don't be afraid of the winter. It's one of the seasons, and there's lots of things to do in the winter, and we don't get bombed with snow like a lot of people would have you think. Watch this winter, we'll get a blizzard. The town has historical sites to explore, such as the Pryan House and the Albany Rural Cemetery, providing a glimpse into its heritage. It's family friendly. Colonie is considered a very family friendly community with amenities like playgrounds and family oriented events. Low property taxes. South Colonie, in my opinion, I haven't found one that's cheaper, offers the lowest property taxes in the entire Capital District area. North Colonie is a little bit higher, but still relatively inexpensive compared to some other cities in the area. Outdoor activities. The town's parks and recreational areas provide ample opportunities for outdoor sports, leisurely walks, and picnics. The Crossings is a great place to go for a picnic. There's also a farmer's market that's held every week over at the Crossings. Friendly neighborhoods. Albany or Colonie is often described as having friendly and welcoming residents, contributing to a positive living experience. If you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button down below and turn on the bell notification so you'll get every update whenever we release a new video, which is weekly. Also, if you learned anything new, please hit that like button. It's a nice way of saying thanks. It doesn't cost anything. I think it's great. I hope so. Please feel free to share it to a friend. And you can also leave comments down below. I do read them. Let's get back to the video. Now we're on to the negatives, the cons. Traffic congestion. Traffic congestion because Colonie has the Northway running right through it at 5 o'clock and at 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock when people are going to work. It's pretty crowded. And so is Route 5 right here from people going from Schenectady down to Albany and vice versa. So that can be a potential challenge. But, you know, I've lived here my whole life and yeah, okay, occasionally you get in a little bit of a traffic jam, but that's usually because there's an accident and everybody's got a rubberneck and get a good look at it. The high cost of living. Cost of living in Colonie, particularly housing costs, can be a little on the high side. I think I just went into the statistics about the real estate here. Fortunately, the taxes are affordable, but the tax, which is hard to say in New York State, but the state taxes are a little on the high side. So, you know, it's a give and a take. This could be said about any area, although Colonie's lower taxes helps to offset the cost of high housing costs. Harsh winters. Colonie experiences cold winters with a significant snowfall, which can be a downside for those who dislike cold weather or have to deal with winter-related inconveniences. This is not like Texas or Florida. I don't think Florida gets any snow. Texas occasionally gets a little snow for some reason. But, you know, it's going to take a heck of a storm for us to close things down. I don't even think they close schools anymore with Zoom. If they do still close schools, leave me a comment down below. Let me know that. My kids don't go. My kids are out of school now, so I really don't know. I'm not up on the school activities anymore. Limited public transportation. There is a public transportation available, CDTA and Uber. It may not be as extensive or convenient as in larger cities, potentially affecting community options. The one thing about our area is it's the Albany metro market. There's over 1 million people in it, but it's pretty much not a walking community, not like New York City. So, you know, you might walk. I think Wolf Road is, I'm pointing to the map again, like you can see me. I think Wolf Road, we looked it up. I think it's like 1.1 mile long. So you could walk Wolf Road easily. Let's see. And CDTA will get you around the major roads. I keep doing that with my hand and finger on the map. You can't see. They can't see you, Bob. Let's see. Property taxes, I think I talked about that. While the property taxes are lower in some neighboring areas, they can still constitute a significant expense for homeowners. But if you're going to own a house anywhere in New York State, you're going to pay property taxes and school taxes. The lack of nightlife. The nightlife options in Colonie are limited compared to larger cities like Albany and Schenectady. But you're a short drive to Proctor's in Schenectady or the Palace Theater in Albany or the MVP Arena down in Albany, or even up the Northway to Saratoga Performing Arts. There's lots of concerts all summer long up there. Educational funding. Depending on the specific school district within Colonie, funding for education can vary, potentially impacting the quality of the education Since school taxes are assessed on every property, education expense would only be applicable if you chose to send your children to private schools. The biggest private school in Colonie is CBA, Christian Brothers Academy. And from there, you would send them, maybe up to Latham to Catholic High School, or over to Troy to LaSalle Institute. The limited cultural scenes. While there are cultural attractions nearby, some residents may find that the cultural scene in Colonie is not as extensive as it is in larger urban areas. Zoning restrictions. Boy, Colonie likes that. Zoning regulations can impact property use and development, potentially affecting individuals' plans and preferences. So if you're buying a house and you want to put a two-car garage on or something, you probably want to check with the building department before you go ahead and do that. You may not have the right setbacks or things like that. Even if you're going to put up a fence, you got to get a building permit. Commute times. Commuting to nearby cities during rush hours can be time consuming, particularly if you work outside of Colonie. Limited public services. Some public services, such as public transportation or recreational facilities, may be less extensive than in larger urban areas, even less than what's in Albany. Weather extremes. Colonie experiences both hot summers and cold winters, which can be challenging for those who prefer milder climates. Like I've said in many videos, the winter is not as harsh as it used to be. We do occasionally get a pretty good snowstorm. And in the summer, as far as the really hot days, we might get a week or even 2 weeks where it's oppressively hot. But for the most part, it's usually 75, 80 degrees during the summer. Economic diversity. The job market in Colonie may be limited to certain industries, potentially impacting employment opportunities for some residents. Most people work in Albany or in Schenectady that live in Colonie. Traffic noise. Areas near highways may experience traffic noise, which could be concern for those seeking a quieter living environment. If you look over here, here's Route 5 right here. But, if you bought a house back in here, this isn't good. This or the Northway or even Wolf Road, that's not going to impact you. And there's the Holiday Inn Express. Weird that I landed on that. Property maintenance. We all know from history class that George Washington took the boat up to Albany. Albany is older than Boston, believe it or not. So you're going to have homes that are older in the area. Now, most of the homes in the village of Colonie right here, they're all post-war homes from World War II. So they're going to be anywhere from 80 to brand new construction. So if you buy an older home, you may have to do some updates to it. Usually the first thing that gets updated other than is a kitchen. Now, there's home improvements and there's home maintenance. If you got to put a new roof on the house, that's called maintenance because the roof doesn't last forever. Home improvements would be a brand new kitchen. Things like that. Once had somebody tell me, well, I put a new roof on and a brand new hot water tank in. I'm like, well, what would have happened if you didn't do that? You would be taking your showers with outdoor water. Limited public parks. There are some parks in Colonie, as I mentioned, the Colonie Town Park up on the river, and then the crossings in South Colonie. But other than that, that's pretty much it. There's Cook Park over here too. That's the kids play baseball over there. Let me see if I can get it. Where the heck is it's right here. Cook Park is right there. Taxes on retirees. Taxes on retirement income can be a concern for retirees living in Colonie or anywhere in New York State. So it's important to understand the tax implications. Now, most people, not most people, but a vast majority of them, they move to, take a guess, Florida. If you're moving to Florida, hit me up. I've got a bunch of friends that are realtors down there. I can hook you up with the correct real estate agent. Environmental concerns. Some areas within colonies may have environmental concerns, which such as flooding. Yeah, if you're over on the Mohawk, that would be a little bit of a concern. I did flip a house that got flooded over near the Mohawk. But as a whole, there's not too many economic or environmental issues other than a potential of flooding from the Mohawk River. It's important to consider these facts in relation to your personal preferences and priorities when deciding whether Colony is the right place for you. Each individual's experience in a particular location can vary based on their specific needs and lifestyle. As I said, my name is Bob. I'm a New York State licensed real estate broker in the Capital District with eXp Realty. We are the #1 relocation team in the area. People reach out to us all the time. They call us, text us, email us, carrier pigeon us. It doesn't matter how they get a hold of us, and we love it. You're not bothering us. You could do the same thing. You can schedule a meeting on my calendar at bobeberle.realtor. Eberle is how you spell Eberle. Realtor is REALTOR. It's realtor. However you want to get a hold of us. When it comes to moving to the 518, we got your back. Give us a buzz.